Oh, hello. Welcome to my online private course, Actors, Branding, and Marketing. My name is Helen Sanders. You are?
Hello, Miss Sanders. My name is Mariko and I'm Japanese. So nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too, Mariko. I'm looking at your resume now. You have extensive credits. Are they all in Japan or in the US?
They're all in New York. I mean, in the US?
Good. And are they in English or Japanese?
And most of them are in English.
Very good. So, Mariko, I assume you want branding and marketing advice rather than acting coaching?
Right. And I'm still new to the business side of acting and a little confused about my branding.
Well, that's why I'm here. Now, in order to market yourself effectively, you should know yourself and your target. Now, think like an entrepreneur. You need to know about your merchandise, which is yourself, and you also need to know about your customers, which are the industry people. Now, if you want to attract your customer, you should know what they want and how you present your merchandise to them. That's why we need branding.
Yes.
For example, when you submit for roles, don't submit for every role you see or want to play. Instead, target only certain roles that fit your brand. Now, that's a more effective way to get called in for auditions, and it also makes you appear more professional.
I see.
Now, the first step in branding is to know your type. Do you know your type, Mariko?
Actually, that's what I'm always confused about. I'm not sure what my type is. How do I figure that out?
Okay, well, let's do it together. I'll walk you through it. There are many ways. Well, let me see. Since you have many credits on your resume, why don't we analyze the roles in which you were actually cast and then find the common elements between them? And it will show you how the industry people see you.
That makes sense.
Now, think about the roles in which you've been cast and focus on their jobs.
Jobs? You mean the characters' actual occupations?
Correct. Different jobs require different qualities and behaviors. I mean, for instance, police behave differently than the mafia,
Really?
or a nurse, or a hair salon worker, or, well, you get the picture, huh?
I see. Well, I often get cast as a doctor, lawyer, or scientist.
Intellectual business professionals type.
Also, I often play a Chinese restaurant waitress, a Korean grocery store owner, or an immigrant mother, very stubborn and speaks only broken English with a thick accent.
Working class immigrant type.
Or modern Madame Butterfly, like I'd sacrifice anything for my child and kills herself. I wonder what her occupation was. Maybe prostitute?
That's a job too.
Speaking of prostitution, I played a madame or whorehouse and a Chinese mafia boss. It is a job.
I guess so.
And a Japanese diplomat, a geisha dancer, and also an assassin.
Well, I think that's enough. Now, What's in common with those characters? When you see the common elements of those characters, that's your type.
In common?
Mhm.
What do doctor, immigrant, prostitute, mafia, diplomat, dancer, and assassin have in common? The only thing in common with those characters was Asian. They're all Asian. That's my type? Asian?
Well, I mean, well, let's face it. I mean, you are an Asian woman with an Asian accent. I mean, that is the truth.
Are you telling me I shouldn't submit unless the character is Asian?
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't. But if the character is Asian, you sure have an advantage.
Advantage? How many Asian characters do you see on TVs or films? There are so few opportunities. Do I just have to wait for that once in a blue moon time?
Well, now the industry is becoming more diverse these days.
When they cast only a few African Americans in a show, they call it diverse. But we are screaming, where are Asians? I even heard some casting directors saying Asians are hard to cast because they can't show their emotions. Well, let them see how emotional we can be. I'm sick of this ignorance and stupidity.
Well, that's why you have to be specific and know your brand.
My brand is always Asian and nothing more. If I'm coding for auditions, that's because they just need Asian.
You need to accept who you are and face the truth. The truth might hurt, but that's the foundation to build the future.
Easy to say. You have no idea what we are going through because you are privileged and you don't have those problems. You've never been pigeonholed like us.
Oh, don't think we're privileged and we never have problems. You don't know what we go through. Once I was at a commercial callback. There were probably, I guess, about 10 of us, all white women, all the same age, same height, same body type, same eye color. We all had shoulder length blonde hair, and we were all wearing blue shirts like the CD requested. Even I couldn't tell myself from the others. Now, that kind of competition we're always dealing with. I mean, I'm never called for an audition just because I'm white, a white woman. There are too many of us. Too many. I mean, you have no idea what we've been through. You are just like my daughter. I mean, you always think that you're the victim and I'm the evil one.
Miss Sanders?
You just feel sorry for yourself and you are always blaming others, but you never do what I went through. How dare you call me up again? You really have no fucking idea what I went through.
Helen, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
I never called you a bigot.
No, no, you didn't. I'm sorry. It was my daughter.
Oh,
My daughter is a lesbian.
I don't know what to say.
Of course you don't.
I mean, I just don't understand what the problem is.
No. I mean, a lesbian is a
I know what a lesbian is, but then what's the problem? It's not like a crime or illegal anymore, and unless she couldn't meet anyone and she's so lonely.
No, I mean, she has an Asian girlfriend.
Which one is bothering you, Asian or girlfriend?
Hey, I am not a racist. She seems like a nice girl. They want to get married.
That's great. I mean, they love each other and want to make a commitment. You know, they can legally marry now.
I know, but it's not that simple. I mean, how about kids?
They can use sperm donors or adopt children if they want. There are many people who don't have a child. I'm not gay, but I don't have a child either.
But what if these children get confused with two mothers and they become gay too?
Assuming your daughter was raised by heterosexual parents, but it didn't make her heterosexual. No, they don't become gay. You know that?
Just don't have a child. I mean, you don't know how a mother feels.
No, maybe not. But I do know how your daughter feels. My mother never approved of me being an actress. She's kept trying to convince me that I'm not pretty enough, I don't have a talent, and I'm wasting my time. When I told her that I got cast, she said, "Good. When do you get a real job?"
Oh, some parents are like that. I mean, my mom was one of those.
Was she? It was so hard for me that she didn't accept me for what I really love, that I cannot be anything else. It took more than 20 years until she finally gave up. Maybe she just realized her daughter was too old to get a new career. Your daughter doesn't have to wait for 20 years. You need to accept who she is and face the truth. The truth might hurt, but that's a foundation to build a future. But maybe my mother was right. The truth is, I'm still pigeonholed. Regardless of all my training and experience, I'm just an Asian woman.
I understand your frustration. I really do.
Actually, it's not hard at all to accept who I am as an Asian woman. But it's really hard to accept how people see me. I just want to be considered as a whole human being, not just a racial or cultural representation. Well, what can I do? I can't change their mind.
Why not? Well, you changed mine.
Did I?
I appreciate the story about your mother, Mariko. Thank you for sharing that with me. Believe me or not, we have a lot in common. In fact, we were all someone's daughters once. Keep on going, Mariko. I'm on your side. Remember, you're not just an Asian woman. You're a strong, intelligent, genuine, and sensitive human being. That's your brand.